My reason for wanting to look at West Kensington is, I'll be honest, nothing more than curiosity. I've talked about Hammersmith and I've talked about Barons Court, but West Kensington, the next station along the District line, has always been something of a mystery to me. It was opened by the District Railway in 1874 as part of their plan to extend to Hammersmith. I've already talked about the situation in Hammersmith in a video which I'll link in the description below, but here is a brief recap. In the middle of the 19th century, Hammersmith was an expanding suburb, but it lacked a railway route into the city. 3 railways would be built, but none of them were particularly direct. The district had a line from Earl's Court all the way into the city and beyond, so they figured that if they could extend to Hammersmith, they could clean up. The district were a company that didn't have a whole lot of money, but they figured it was a gamble worth taking. They were right. In time, their line to Hammersmith would knock out 2 of the other railways, leaving the Hammersmith and City as the only other company running into Hammersmith. West Kensington Station was opened as North End. As with Hammersmith, North End was an old rural village that was beginning to expand. The houses here were an eclectic mix, from 3-storey dwellings for the wealthy to tumble-down country cottages. A couple of builders, William Gibbs and John Flew, saw the station as an opportunity to develop the area. They planned to really put North End on the map. Or rather, put West Kensington on the map. They persuaded the District Railway to rename their station to create an association with well-heeled Kensington. Their scheme collapsed, but of course the area is still known as West Kensington. And the area did get its development, as you can see. West Ken has had its ups and downs. In the second half of the 20th century it was considered fairly shabby and down market, though that's changed in recent years. West Kensington, the station, has never been a flop per se, but it was and still is a lesser used stop. It's not a major interchange like Hammersmith or Earl's Court. The Piccadilly line burrows straight under it without stopping. The overground passes nearby, but not near enough to connect. In 2017, West Kensington had 5.23 million users. Now, that may sound like quite a lot. There are plenty of stations in Britain that would kill for 5.23 million users. But Barons Court could boast 7.12 million, and Earl's Court a staggering 19.9 million. What it does have is a connection to Lillie Bridge Depot. Lillie Bridge was built in 1871 by the District Railway, who had just started running their own trains rather than borrowing from the Metropolitan Railway. From 1940 to 1971 it was where the Underground maintained their steam locomotives. Yes, they had steam locomotives into the 1970s. Lillie Bridge is due to be redeveloped by 2024. Sic transit Gloria Mundi. As for West Kensington, it continued to plod along through the 20th century. In 1927 it received a makeover from the architect Charles Holden, which is the building you see today. There was a plan in the 2000s to make it step-free, but a combination of a lack of money and West Ken's status as a low-priority station meant that was shelved. In a sense, though, the station's low importance is what gives it its charm today. It's a relatively quiet station in the heart of a rather noisy suburb. Aside from Holden's rebuild, it has a fairly old-fashioned feel with its wooden canopies. There's not a lot to say about it, but maybe that's not such a bad thing. Hello all, I hope you enjoyed this low priority episode. If you did, then please do hit like and subscribe for more. It helps the channel grow, which fills me with nameless joy. And I'll see you again very soon for another tale from the tube.